Uniform, uniform. So the new uniform is interesting, isn't it? Now, these are primary school uniforms. I don't know your child whether the new uniforms are like this. Will the boys have new ties, new bow ties? Even for some girls' uniform, they also have ribbons like this. Oh, these are accessories are difficult to fix, and they may not feel comfortable about it. Now, for example, maybe for some they have bells. Bells. For kindergartens, we don't have bells, isn't it? But for some primary school, they have bells. And then the primary school children will find it very uncomfortable. Oh, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. They will do it like that. Oh, you have to do something. Oh, you look smart. Oh, very good. This primary school uniform is beautiful. Things like this. I don't know. You have to attract your child because this is standard. A lot of standard for the primary uniform. For some uniform, for example, today, just today, I have a real example today. When I come here, when I travel, I met a small girl and her parent, and then they are taking a cardigan, the cardigan, and then this is the wrong cardigan because on that cardigan there is a logo here. It's a brand logo there. We cannot use this. No logos for any cardigans. This is the school rule, the school standard. We have taken the wrong one. Oh, so many rules. This is very strict. Uniform is uniform. Uniform is standard. We cannot do it like this. We cannot do anything as you like it, isn't it? Standard. So what you can do, we know that standard is, we have to follow the standard, but your child do not know about this. So you have to do something very good looking, and maybe you fix it easier for your child, things like that. So you have to think about this. Maybe I have some tips for your reference. Go to the store together. The uniform store, and then pick the new uniform and proud of the uniform. Oh, you are a primary student. This is your new school uniform. Does it look good? And then if the child find it look good, and then when he put it on and then he feel uncomfortable, but it looks good. You said it's good, isn't it? Good, like that, things like that. Maybe you can do it that way. Try on the school uniform before going to the school. So in this summer vacation, try it on. Don't just put it on in September. If it's the first time to put it on, they will feel uncomfortable. So try it first. Allow options if there are options. And then, one thing is your work. Because in the school, all uniforms are the same. Or even the shoes are the same. And in school, even because the children, when they go into some rooms, I have heard about that. For example, to go to the library, they have to take off their shoes. And then the shoes are outside the library. And all the shoes are the same, are similar, So put names on all objects. Put names on all objects, even the shoes. It's very different from kindergarten. So remember, and all the clothing. And if you don't put names on it, then you cannot find it. You have to buy it again. Okay, then we come to the rules, the school rules. Surely you know that they will have new school rules. When they are back to school, they have new classroom rules. But I cannot tell you the school rules. I cannot tell you the new class rules. I don't know. You don't know also. But there are some common rules. For example, line up quietly. Remember, this is the big difference between kindergarten and primary school. In kindergarten, when they line up and queue up, they are chatting. They are always chatting. teachers allow them to do that. But in primary school, lineup is like an army, no speaking. That's different. They are not chatting at that time. That's why I tell you, during the recess time, they can talk. So they forget everything and they talk. Because during lessons and during even queuing up time, they cannot talk. So little time to talk. Okay, another rule is about raise your hand for permission to leave your seat. This is very different from the kindergarten. In the kindergarten classroom, they can go to the corners freely. They can go to the other table. Oh, what are you doing? And then they go back to their table to do that like that. It's different in primary. Every time they have to raise their hands and get the permission to do something and something. So they have to just tell these stories to your child in this summer. And then there is a golden rule. The golden rule is, I don't know what the rules are there, but then the golden rule is follow directions quickly. Every directions, every rules, all the teacher said, follow. You have to listen and follow the directions. This is the golden rule. And then they can, and that I hope your child I can follow direction quickly. Okay, for school. Now, this is the primary school building examples. Just now, I have already talked about that. For the primary school, it's so different because they have a lot of stories. So it's very big to your child. And sometimes they have wings, different wings. The left wings and the right wings and the middle wings. So they don't know where his or her classroom. They always miss it. But one thing, they will like it. So you have to tell them, oh, you have a new school building. And we can walk around the school building. If for that school, if you can join the orientation meeting or visit, if they organize school visits, then join the school visits. And then for the orientation meeting, you can join the orientation meeting. But then for one thing, the child will like it. All of them like the tuck shop because food is there. Drinks are there. Then maybe they will ask you for money to go there and buy their food. Then they remember to eat and drink. So it's a good idea. Just give them enough money for this. They will like the tuck shop. They know their tuck shop. They know the tuck shop, but they don't know his or her classroom. So for the school bag, as you know, the school bag is very different. What's the difference? What's the big difference? So many books there. So you need a bigger school bag. Bigger means heavier. Yes. Heavy is not a problem to your child. Big is not a problem to a child if you carry the school bag. But for a primary school student, they have to carry his or her school bag. So practice it with your child. Practice what? Practice packing the bags. Practice and pack the books and stationeries according to the timetable. Pack the recess bag also. What kind of objects he or she has to bring to school. And for one tips is the coping strategies. You can join with your child to design on the new school bag. Or maybe your child will use a school bag at home that is not the kindergarten school bag. But then you can familiar with that school bag and take into account of his or her interests and needs. So I can conclude to you, and then you also receive this tips card that for the timetable, sleep early, build self-concept skills, And then for the handbook, make diary entry interesting and meaningful. Convey this message to your child and help him or her to love writing Chinese. And for the uniform, try on the school uniform before going to school. Mark names on all clothing. And listen for the school rules. Remind your child to listen to teachers. Follow directions quickly. And then for the school, try out the route. If it's walking, if you have to take the school the buses, then try out and walk around the school building. Know about this school building. And then for the school bag, Johnny design on the school bag and practice packing the bags. So I don't know whether I have time for you to ask questions. Are there any questions? Do you find it challenging? Do you find it a lot of work to do in your summer vacation? A lot of work. You have to buy the textbooks, right? Isn't it? You have to buy the new stationaries. Now, don't buy the expensive one. Buy cheap ones because they will lose it. Because all the day, all the pencils, all the rubbers are on the floor, and then they don't know which one is whom. and then when your child comes back and you find empty in the pencil case. You have to fill it again. The teacher has a lot of pencils and rubbers there, and no child go and collect them. That is the real life. So you have to buy a lot of stationaries. If you don't want to lose the cardigans, later the scarves, put names on it. So you have a lot of work to do. So any questions? I'm sure you're going to have a happy time for this July and August because you have so many visits to go there and to do about the uniform, school bags, and then to love drawing and writing. And then love to read the Chinese character around you and motivate your child to learn Chinese. Okay? Can you make it? Sure. I'm proud of you because you are really very great parents. Because your child graduated from kindergarten and then today you come to this and talk, we talk together. Okay? Okay, then thank you.